Boo. I want to talk a little bit about why gurus and monks and Buddhas and enlightened people find everything so funny. Like, you look at the Buddha's face, he's always giggling. And it's because life, when it becomes a show, when you realise that you don't have any control in your body and your fingers, and the things you own, your body, your fingers, they're not you, and your life and your thoughts and everything aren't really yours. They're part of the ego or the act that you can never detach from. We're always going to have that. Life just becomes really fucking funny because it's a show, and the more drama. If you go to watch a play and it's a comedy, but they implement drama in the play to make it funny, like, someone gets hit on the head with a hammer or something. In real life, that'd be fucking serious, but because it's a play, it's not. And much like our real life, when we have problems, they feel like they're really serious to us, but if you're an observer, you realise they're not, and they become quite humorous. And so when people go up to these enlightened magic men and say, I have this problem, can you help me? They'll look at you and just say, there are no problems. Everything is as it is. I had a girl say to me, why do boys keep ghosting me? What's wrong with me? What do I have to change? And a question like that, it doesn't make sense. It makes me want to fucking giggle. What do you mean? What do you have to change? You can't change. You can't be anything other than yourself. I get that you're asking for an opinion of what you could do differently, but even that's part of a script. And if I don't have that opinion, like, you can't ask me for advice. You can, but you're only going to get what's already scripted. So we feed off each other's scripts in a way. We all interact as one. Again, the Tao. Look at this little plant. It's coming in and out. Say hello, little buddy. And what happens is when you realise, this is the other funny part, is for yourself, you can really laugh at yourself. Like, when I get anxious and depressed now, there is a piece of me that, my highest, like, you get stuck in your human self, in your ego self, but you know your higher self's there, and if you can just get into it, you go, fucking look at you having a pity party again. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, this is all meant to be. Shut up. Stop being a sook. You're like a 4-year-old having a fucking tantrum. When you be your higher self, you realise how funny it all is. And another interesting, funny topic that I still giggle at now at myself, is when I first woke up to this, accepted it, and the more I understood it, it's not about waking up to it or accepting. It's about understanding it. Once you understand, you have no choice but to accept. I love how you learn that you're in a script, and you go, fuck, my whole life I've been reading off this script, and everything's predetermined, and now that I've woken up from the Matrix, I've woken up to the true nature of reality, it's all going to change because I've got it. I've found the answer. And so you go to bed, and then the next morning your alarm clock goes off, and you wake up and you fucking look around and get dressed, and you go to work. And then you work all day, and you look at the clock and go, fuck, I want to go home, this is fucked. And then you get home and you do whatever the fuck you do, and then you go to bed, and then you get up the next day, and the same thing. It doesn't change anything. All it does is gives you something to fall back on when you're anxious or depressed or stressed or worried. You can always go back and realise that it's all scripted and nothing's your fault. That's it. That's why it's so important. This is why it's been stripped away from humans. This is why we're socially conditioned to laugh and poke fun at spirituality. It's because they need to keep us in a state of fear.